I got nothing.
Just no other way. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you rattled.
Okay, I have a demand here. If you are gonna put my name in this show, you have to put it on in parentheses. Filthy civilian.
Filthy civilian? Okay. You know we don't think of you as that.
It's a joke.
I
Everybody's
understand. I just think it's funny.
He's
Gary?
a military. He's a military groupie, is all he is.
I didn't want it to be on
Wouldn't that be
panel
my
on this
part?
show. You know that. I mean, it's a show made by veterans. I'm feeling like it's not my place.
Yeah, we're imposters.
You're
Yeah.
no. It's called stolen valor.
No,
No, we don't claim
rented.
anything.
At least rented.
Yeah, we call it stolen valor when you guys act like you're military and you're not. So
Yeah,
you
only we
go.
don't
Saving
do
Private
that.
is such a groundbreaking film. Yes, it is, and that is what this week is. We're celebrating movies that had a massive impact on something, groundbreaking or breaking new territory. And it's odd. The Saturday one is only for one thing. Saturday's film is John Carpenter's little movie called They Live.
Oh man.
And what that is groundbreaking for is the fight scene.
Yeah.
It was the longest fight scene in a movie.
That better be a fucking good movie because it's my birthday and you ruined the last one with Airplane.
Anima.
I'm
Anima.
sorry, Stewie.
Fuck you.
Did I ruin it?
Ruined.
Yeah, you
ruined,
did.
Ryan. Ruined.
Couldn't even
I
finish
was-
that movie. I hated it so much.
I was having a great morning till you say that you didn't like Airplane. How
You know
dare
I hated it. To the
Well,
point
no.
where I only watched half of it.
How dare you?
You're going to be surprised to see how relevant They Live is today.
Oh,
You
it's John
really are.
Carpenter. I'm not afraid that I might not like it.
No,
Well,
it's
and-
Carpenter had his tongue in his cheek when he wrote it, but it's fucking good, and it is very prophetic to today.
Yeah, it's very relevant today, and it was made in what the late 80s, early 90s.
87, I think, 88.
Yeah,
And after that, Carpenter had a lot of trouble with his movies.
yeah.
He really did. I feel bad for him. Hollywood ostracized him.
Why you want to out us like that, man? Why you want to do that?
I don't know, man. Yeah, They Live is one of my favorite Carpenter films. That's like not Kurt Russell.
Right.
You know,
I mean, he did a lot of stuff with Russell, but what's amazing to me about that movie above everything else, the relevancy through time and all that good stuff, is the fact that he took a wrestler who they're entertainers anyway, but they're not. I mean, they're actors who are on a stage where people are way away from them, and basically they have to be able to have a good voice more than anything else. And they took a guy that was one of the biggest mouths in wrestling and made him
Roddy Piper.
stoic.
Roddy
Piper.
Piper.
Yeah, his nickname is Rowdy. He was a loud dude, and he made him a stoic character, and it's very cool, man. Very
He was
cool.
supposed to be a heavy and a villain, but I fucking loved him.
Yep.
He was one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, he was the anti-hero. Yeah, that's what he was. He
And
was.
like I said,
he was CM Punk before CM Punk. Is what he was.
I got to work with him on a film
Mhm.
made by my buddy Cody, and the film was called Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies.
Oh wow.
And I was
Wow.
so excited that I got to do some official artwork for the film. I'm like, yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've always wanted to work with him. He was like such a cool dude.
Well, the great thing about him is he didn't pull any punches. When he was on different shows and stuff, and people would call it fake, he'd look at him and go, "Really? It's fake, huh?
They
Talk
didn't
to me
like
about all
that.
these broken
That is
bones I
why-
have and all this other
That is
shit."
why John Stossel got slapped
Yeah.
twice physically by that interviewee. And it's like, and then there's that other wrestler that took the fucking what do you call it? Conspiracy theorist comedian that was on SVU, Special Victims Unit.
Mhm.
And he was also on was it
Oh,
Homicide.
I know the guy you're talking about. Yes.
Homicide,
hang
the
on.
Baltimore show. And
Right.
what's funny is his character left Baltimore and went to New York to be on
Munch,
SVU.
the character.
They're not
yeah.
even the same fucking production companies, but there was permission given for his character to carry over into another series by another creator, Dick Wolf. That guy, like, he sounds like a predator.
Yeah.
His name is Dick Wolf. Like, it just sounds like somebody that's like letting you know, by the way, when that door shuts, I'm all over you.
Right.
Male or female, I'm on you. Not a big fan of Dick Wolf because he's a big old fucking leftoid, but liberal doesn't bother me. It's the ones that go far left, and he's one of them. He's one of those anti Second Amendment, anti you know,
Right.
you being allowed to defend yourself at any given time. You should just lay down and die as a citizen. If somebody attacks you, you shouldn't fight back. So let's see. Gambit is here. Good morning, Gambit. We got
What's the last
Davey
name?
Dredd.
Belzer?
Yeah.
Belzer? Yeah. I can't remember his first name. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember his name.
The Bells. Yeah. He got the shit wrenched out of his neck.
Yeah.
And then Davey Dredd is here. And Slasher Fred. Good morning, Slasher Fred. Wait, what are we talking about?
I think it's Richard Belzer. Let me look it up real quick.
Actually, there's another film attributed to the fight scene, Gambit. You won't find it in most places. It was the fight scene in the movie The Big Country by William Wyler.
Yes.
Because it was listed as one of the longest fights in film, as was The Quiet Man by John Ford.
Yeah, the only
Yeah, it's
difference-
Richard Belzer. That's who it is.
you don't see much detail in the fight of the Big Country because they make that beautiful big wide shot of the landscape.
Well, the big wide shot was done to show how small their fight was.
Yeah, I know.
And it was Hulk
Wyler.
Hogan that did it to him, Gary. It was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Fucking wrenched the shit out of his neck.
Mhm.
Now,
Wow.
the fake one, this was all staged, was the wrestler. He's still alive too. That did it to Andy Kaufman.
Right.
But Andy
Yeah.
Kaufman and he had planned it out.
Right. Yeah.
It was all one big troll.
Yeah.
Of society.
Mhm.
They were Andy was good at that trolling before people even knew what trolling was.
Yeah. Well, that was his shtick, right?
Yeah.
He was
I'm
Borat
only
before
going to
Borat.
wrestle
Right?
women. I'm only wrestling women.
In mud or oil.
He'd get in a ring and he would be so shitty to him. Oh my God, it was all a fucking act. And people fucking, I believed it. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck happened to Andy Kaufman? What an ass. Yeah, I fell for it. That was
After
fun.
one of them, he come out in a neck brace and everything, you know.
Andy
I'll
came
get
out
you
with
next
neck brace
time.
on.
Yep.
And what's his name got up and bitch slapped him with the neck brace on.
Yep.
That was so fucking funny.
Yep.
Took him right out of his seat. I remember when I first heard about this movie, I thought it was Tom Hanks who was Private Ryan, but it was Matt Damon who was Ryan. But this movie is noteworthy because of Dale Dyer. Dale Dyer?
It's more die than Dale.
Yeah. Drop the R.
I actually considered contacting him over the weekend, but you know, I'm going to give him his space. He's been working on that Operation Greyhound 2. And
Nice.
just let him and Julia have a good weekend, not worrying about us. And plus, I know pretty much everything about what he did in this film. This was the movie that changed everything for war films. And the only thing that pisses me off is that Del Dye is listed as the technical advisor. And even though he's a member of the DGA, he was not given any credit for directing, even though he directed all of the combat scenes.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a shitty move. Not to give him credit for that.
I'll tell you, man. You remember when this movie came out, Gary, and we were hearing those stories about the first viewing of it, where they had some of the veterans of actual veterans that were in Hollywood at the time. They screened it for them, and some of them were walking out. They couldn't take it. I mean, It's just wow.
Well, it's true because like it was so intense when I watched it that I got up and went outside, and there were like a bunch of guys out there that got up and left, and every single one of them are veterans.
Yeah,
it's a rough thing to watch.
Yeah,
and but you know, I've gotten to where, you know, after my second viewing of getting through that scene, but I have so many beefs with that fucking movie too. And Dale and I have talked about it. Dale said every single problem you mentioned, I spoke to Spielberg about, and he would remind me, this is not a docudrama. This is a Hollywood motion picture, and I've got to put things in there that does that, you know,
right, for dramatic effect, which wouldn't have happened. And yeah. Yep. So yeah, dude, that opening scene, that Normandy.
The first 24 minutes are some of the most intense footage ever recreated for a motion picture of combat. And there's a lot of mistakes made in it, at the same time showing bullets hitting guys underwater.
Yeah,
that's not how bullets work.
You might as well be shooting into cement. They might even ricochet off that water. They'd definitely be slowed down enough to not to hurt anybody once they hit
the
it.
Moment the bullet hits the water, its speed decreases by half.
Yeah.
And because of the density of the water. But despite that, a lot of guys did drown because of their gear. They couldn't get their gear off quick enough. Not to mention, a few of those guys probably didn't know how to fucking swim.
Hello. I mean, we're talking kids. I mean, and dude, some of the stories I've heard over the years of guys trying to join the military before their 18th birthday, going in when they're 16. I mean, you know, pulling the wool over the eyes of the government and getting in when they're 16, 17. You know, these are kids, man. They were kids.
Yep. I remember it kind of reminds me that song from the 80s called 18.
No, it's 19.
No, no,
Average
no,
age of the
19.
Vietnam soldier was 19. No, 19. Yep.
That's right. No, 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 19.
Yep, these are kids.
19. I hadn't even served yet, and I was like into that song. Like, wow, man.
Oh yeah. It was a cool song. But yeah, I went to a buddy of mine's funeral. I was a pallbearer at it, and it was like going to Captain America's funeral. And this guy, at the age of 15, had tried to get in the Marine Corps 3 times before his father finally said, "Okay, you can join the military, but you're not joining the Marine Corps. Joining the Navy." Guy ended up getting his wings and flying in 3 conflicts. You know, it's ridiculous, man. The older generation was cement heads, man. They just friggin' went, did things. Didn't pull no punches. Literally the LFG meme. Let's fucking go. Paul Hardcastle, yeah. That was his one hit.
Paul Hardcastle and McCormick. I actually made that joke when I heard his name. Hardcastle? You mean Paul Hardcastle and McCormick? Everybody's like, what? It's a show on TV, Hardcastle and McCormick.
Yep.
Brian Keith. Like, come on, man. Get with it. So,
come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. The bullets hitting underwater. Paul Hardcastle. No. 19.
Yeah.
The average age of the American soldier in the Vietnam War was 19. No. 19. Throw it to a fucking beat, and it was like the next Falco song.
Yep.
Like, nah, I'm sorry. Falco.
The video's great, though, because it's got nothing but Vietnam footage in it. It's awesome.
Yep.
It really is. Especially that carpet bombing clip is just, whoa, dude. Oof. The weapons of war are not nice.
Yeah, so going back to Dale directed the opening scene, most of it. If there wasn't acting going on, Dale was directing it, where it was just the action and them moving and everything. And while he was directing the battle, Spielberg was sitting in the director's chair with his little version of a Game Boy. I don't remember if it was a Game Boy or what it was, but he was playing a little video game. And he's like, we need to turn this into a video game, what we're doing right now. And they did.
Yeah, they did.
And so while they were making that scene, he came up with the idea for the video game.
It's Medal of Honor,
would
right?
be a part of it.
Medal of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And then half the team departed Medal of Honor, and they made Call of Duty. However, my favorite, it will always be Medal of Honor.
You know, I had a friend of my brother's brought over a copy of it, and I had just got my first flat screen, first big TV, and had a nice sound system and everything. That thing was an assault on the fucking senses, dude. I was like, I don't know how you can play this thing. It's ridiculous. Because the sound, you got to admit, the sound and everything was really something else, man. It was like they put you right in there in the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, the sound effects were really fucking intense.
Mm-hmm. Medal of Honor. What was that? PlayStation 2? Or was it the original? So. Yeah, it was PlayStation 2, I think.
PC?
Well, okay, Master Race. Talk about that console generation it was on. I don't even know if the Xbox was out yet whenever that came out.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I got Medal of Honor, I got it on the Cube.
Okay.
But I didn't like the Cube because they didn't offer live play. And so I traded it in and got me an Xbox and started playing live immediately. And I lost interest in playing the games and wanted to go straight into online competitive play. And Call of Duty, that was the one.
That is the master of it to this day, isn't it?
Search and destroy, because I got into clan battles. But before Call of Duty, I was playing America's Army, and that's where I did my first clan battles.
Gary said duty.
The movie is mostly a flashback story. It's not Slasher Fred. Because
It was on the PlayStation to start with, the first one. Yeah. Wow.
this is okay. I'm going to get into my fucking beef with this film.
Okay.
The biggest
All right,
one.
Let's hear it.
My beefs with Saving Private Ryan. The opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, we see an old man collapsing at a tombstone in modern Normandy. We push in on the old man's eyes, and then we go to a memory flashback, seeing Dog Beach on D-Day. And the first eyes we go to in that scene are Captain Miller's. So he's the old man Miller, right? No, because Miller dies in the third act at the end of the film. It was actually old man Ryan, played by Matt Damon, and was an intentional misdirect by Spielberg. But when you think about it, it makes zero sense. How the fuck would Ryan have any recall of that fucking battle when he landed in country? He wasn't there. He
He was a paratrooper, wasn't he?
It's a moronic idea. Some say, I've had this argument, but maybe someone told him about it later. Doesn't fucking
His
matter.
brother who fucking died there.
You can't go into his fucking memory for that. He knows stuff that happened there. Of course he does. But he didn't have firsthand experience what happened that day, and it's bullshit. That fucking made me angry at Spielberg for doing that. And that nobody seems to fucking comment on it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This was a device that was not in the script that Spielberg came up with.
Yeah, as a dissolving scene. Oh, the thing works. You see, oh, the eyes, blah blah blah, but makes no sense.
Zero sense. And it's always bothered me as a writer. It just fucking bugs the shit out of me. Okay, walking through German-occupied French countryside. They're walking around only a couple feet apart to maybe a few feet apart. And they're talking full fucking voice. Yeah. And then what's his name? What the fuck is his name?
Mellish. I think it's Mellish is the one who says, "Do not
occupied France, folks." That means there's Yahtzees everywhere.
It's Private Reiben that says something to him first, and then Caparzo, played by Vin Diesel, says it. I'm going to tell you right now, Private Caparzo's a fucking retard.
Yeah, he is.
Doing what he did the way he did it, nobody would fucking do that. Like, move around the way he was moving around with that kid. Like he was asking to get shot by the fucking sniper. But let's get back to that moment. They're walking around, talking full voice, and then fucking Edward Burns' character, Private Reiben, says, hey, do us all a favor. Stop saluting the captain. There are snipers out here. You trying to get him shot? And my response was, well, maybe those captain's bars painted on the front of his helmet instead of the back might get him shot quicker because it's an actual physical target. What do you mean stop saluting him? He's got the fucking captain's bars on him.
On the shoulder, too.
It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that, and by the way, again, every single thing that I'm going to call out was brought up to Spielberg. And he says, again, this is movie making. It's not, real. It's not reality. So in real life, those guys would be walking anywhere from 10 to 30 meters apart.
Oh, yeah.
Why? So if you get hit if somebody gets hit, it doesn't guarantee everybody gets hit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're keeping a safe
Or a
distance.
landmine.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like a lot of things can happen, and you keep your distance, and you use hand gestures. If you need to rally, does anybody remember rally? Do you remember rally? Rally up? No, that's stop.
fist. Well, that's
Fist
stop. I mean,
rotating.
yeah. Mhm.
It's in the air,
Mhm.
doing that means
Right.
rally up. Let's go.
Yep.
So anyway, that really fucking annoyed me. Making the groups in the first shot of them in the French countryside are silhouettes on a fucking ridgeline. And
That's
then
exactly
later
what
a
you're
shot-
trying to avoid.
It's the first thing you learn in boot, in basic. Never make yourself a target.
Oh my God.
And they're walking on a ridgeline. In the next cut, where you see them walking across the country, screen left to screen right, they're fucking on a ridgeline. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Again, these were all things brought up to Spielberg, and Spielberg says, no, we need these shots. This is a movie, not a documentary. The military would never send a team to do this. Period. So I'll just explain it to you. In real life, Fritz Nyland, as well as the Irish brothers, they were all killed. But Fritz Nyland was a lone survivor. And he was somebody that they needed to send stateside, get him the fuck out of Europe. But they did it the way you would actually do it, which is through back channels and
I was fixing to
communication.
say through the chain of command. That's how you find him.
Everybody knows exactly where everybody's supposed to be. You find that group's command, you communicate with them. They got fucking RTOs, radio transmission operators, whose job it is to stay in touch with command. So that's how you find fucking Private Ryan.
That's where
They
the
made
word
it-
would go out. Yeah. Mhm.
And they would never waste manpower doing this. It would be fucking insane to do
Well,
it.
the way they explain it in this movie is that they didn't get dropped where they were supposed to get dropped. They got
Doesn't
lost.
matter.
Nobody
You
got
put that.
dropped
You
where
put
they're
that out
supposed.
I
broadband
know,
to command
I know.
channels. They'd find you.
If you can't get a hold of them, they're dead.
Just saying, that's how they try to explain.
I know
why
that's how
couldn't
they tried to
do it.
explain it, but yeah,
It's a dummy.
Gary's right. It doesn't make any sense. But
Nope.
once again, it's a Hollywood movie. It's not reality.
But Fritz Nyland is the inspiration for Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Look it up. Fritz Nyland. Anyway, so the sniper shot taken by Private Jackson, played by Barry what's his name? Barry Pepper. Really, it's a cool part of the movie. It really is. But it's also fucking annoying because the area that they're at is fictional, but it's based on a real place called what is it, Neuville All Plains, whatever it is. And the real sniper who historically took that shot during World War II is actually Russian sniper Vasily Zaitsev, when he killed Major Erwin Koenig by which is featured, by the way, in the movie Enemy at the Gates. But that shot's not taken in the real movie about him. Why? Because it had already been used in Saving Private Ryan, and they couldn't use it where it actually took place during World War II, which is he took the shot that supposedly went through the scope of the sniper rifle. Now, I will tell you, the odds are, because Mythbusters said they busted that myth.
Yeah,
that
they
you
screwed
can't.
it up though by using modern
They had
scope.
they used a modern scope, even though technically the scopes they had were still 6 to 8 lenses. Where it did work was in Vietnam, and we know that there's no proof that Vasily actually took that shot, but it is echoed down through history that he did and killed. In fact, there are people who say that Major Koenig didn't even exist. He was a fictional character made up by the Russians. So, but anyway, I don't know why they changed it in that movie, other than the fact that it had already been used in Saving Private Ryan. They didn't want to have it compared. So, but I will tell you that there is a confirmed one. During the Vietnam conflict, Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Whitefeather Hancock, the single greatest sniper in the history of warfare, with his 30-06 sniper rifle, there you go, not a 308, a 30-06, was confirmed to have shot a VC sniper known as Cobra, who was out harassing a lot of Marines in the field. So he was sent out to hunt him down. And it became a game of cat and mouse between these two snipers. And he basically saw him, and it was this moment of reflection, light reflecting, which is the same thing with Zaslav. Zaslav said he saw a reflection, and he shot the reflection. Okay, you beat my rhythm there. What was I going to say?
Zaslav saw the reflection?
No. What I was going to say about Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Whitefeather, because I was talking about him. What was I going to say? No, okay. I'll fucking go back to what I was saying. So anyway, unlike the others that used basically a 308, he fired a 30-06. And if you've seen if you want to see the difference, go look up 30-06 versus 308, and you'll go, oh shit, that's a big.
Oh shit,
round.
That's huge. Yeah,
that's a lot of powder. The bullet's not what's important; it's the powder behind it. It's a larger round, a lot more gunpowder behind it. So he fired that and probably went through a 4 to 6 lens scope because it was a cheap ass Type 50 scope from the 1960s. I think it was actually came about in 1958, and it's a small scope. In fact, it's about the size of the scope on top of Han Solo's blaster. That's how small a scope that was. But apparently what was said, and this is confirmed again by the guy who interviewed the VC, those that survived and saw what happened that day, said that, yes, he was shot through the lens and not through the weapon sights. Sighting system. That it, and again, it took a 30-06 going through a 4 to 6 lens scope to work. And Mythbusters proved it couldn't go through a 6 to 8 scope with a 308. And they only used the 308 on Mythbusters, a much smaller load on that weapon.
I can tell you 30-06 is what they used to take down moose up in Maine. That
30-06.
Woof.
Man, I got to tell you, I've fired a lot of 30 calibers and 308s. The first time I fired a 30-06, my shoulder hurt.
Yeah, imagine. I had to put a hole inside.
I fired a 12-gauge shotgun with less pain in my shoulder than that 308. But you get used to it. Also, I got a better weapon with padding on the back of the butt of the rifle. It was a much better weapon. Now, here's some absolute accuracy here, visual. That's what it looked like. That water was blood-colored. All the dead fish from the explosions. The beach was covered. Of course, that's one of Ryan's brothers right there, dead. D-E-D, dead.
D-E-D.
That's from a movie. I can't remember.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's
dead. Zed's dead, man. D-E-D. So it did happen, just so you know. And by the way, if you want to read about somebody interesting, go look up Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Whitefeather. That was his nickname, Hathcock. And the guy is a fucking beast. 93 confirmed kills.
Hathcock is not a good name to have.
It sounds like old English saying somebody has a cock. He hath cock. Right?
Yeah.
Forsooth, dear cuz, dost thou not know? He hath cock.
He hath cock.
Damn my education.
Oh, man. I need beverage. BRB.
And he's like the dumbest character ever. It's like Karpazov's like a fucking moron. I got so angry when he got shot, and I'm like, he earned that. He fucking earned that being stupid like that. Disobeying his commander's orders right in front of him.
Well, the other guy does it too later in the movie when he wants to leave.
Oh, yeah. And I told you what would happen in that case. And it did happen, but it wasn't the captain who does it. It's the fucking sergeant. And the sergeant fucking pulls out his 45 and aims it at him. Says, you fall in or you're falling here, is what you would say to him. You're going to I'm going to put you down. And there would be no fucking, you don't fucking mean it. And it's like, you don't pull it unless you mean it. That was a rule that old school was taught. Don't pull it unless you mean it. You better be prepared to squeeze that trigger. Yeah. Cobra Kai.
And he means it. And he doesn't mean putting a bullet in his foot, sending him home. He means putting a bullet in his head.
Yep.
Being a shitheel.
Because that is a direct, it's basically treason. Because he just disobeyed a direct order from, there's Dale. There's my boss.
Mutiny.
No, it's not mutiny. He's committing treason by disobeying a direct order.
Mutiny is when you want to take over. He just wants to leave.
Yeah. By the way, you know who that is on the far right? That's Hal from Malcolm in the Middle. And the actor, don't
minus one arm
personally, but he's a damn good actor.
He is.
I also like the fact that the unit in this film that's featured in it is my unit, 29th Infantry Division. And that was kind of cool. That was my first attachment. Then later I was with the 6th Army through the 308th Med Ambulance. And of course, it's a great read. He reads the letter from Lincoln. We're getting that boy out of there and cut back
all his
to.
Siblings died.
Now, I did hear some people say that by showing that opening scene, this became exploitative, and I'm like, I don't agree. I think his heart was in the right place by showing that, letting people finally see what combat was like there on Dog Beach. It was the worst. All the armor sank. They had no cover. Everything that was supposed to be there to help them was sank or dead. And another mistake they made is they show the MG42s firing constantly, and you can't do that with an MG42. Now, they had easy replacement barrels, but in order to avoid having to change it, they would fire in bursts. Quick bursts. Burp, 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 giving that barrel a chance to cool for even a second or two. It was the first movie for Vin Diesel, and I like Vin Diesel, despite, some of the shit that's happened with him. I like that he carried on with that one character, the sci-fi series of films and games.
Riddick.
I fucking love Riddick. I fucking love that first movie. Holy shit. You'll love it too, Anima. It's a movie you'll enjoy. It's got monsters in it that can see in the dark. And he's the only thing there that can see in the dark. The humans can't. So he's their only chance of survival.
By the way, they're still shooting the last one, the conclusion of the whole thing.
I'm curious where it's going because I've enjoyed the films. I don't think they're great, but I did enjoy them.
Yeah.
What are we into? I'm sorry, I just got back with
Riddick.
Oh, okay. They're making another one, really?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been making it.
Okay. I just walked by Foxy's office, and I can't.
I would throw something at you if you were in the room with me, Slasher Fred, for that one.
Uh-oh.
That's sort of a no shit. Really? What? Go on. I've never heard of this GI. What?
Thank you for pointing out the totally obvious, Mr. Spock.
Yeah, Pitch Black's the movie. There you go, Slasher.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that. I keep hearing how great that movie is, and I need to
Oh,
watch
it is.
Yeah, I've seen Riddick. I've seen that one, The Chronicles of Riddick, but I've never
Wait a
seen
minute.
Pitch Black.
And you've never seen Pitch Black?
Never. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The movie that introduces Riddick.
Yes, I've never seen it, Gary.
That
I know it
explains
sounds
why
in-
he's doing what he's doing.
Right. Yes.
The
I've
movie
seen
that
Chronicles
tells
of Riddick.
you what you need to know to go into watching the
Yes.
Chronicles of Riddick.
I've heard all about it and stuff, but I've never seen it. Yep.
I don't know why we're friends sometimes.
My goodness. Turn it down, Gerus Dicus.
Oh, there's certain things just trigger him. And that obviously is one. I just learned another one. I'll watch it as soon as I can, Gary. Don't
All right.
shame me
Oh,
too bad.
Some fun things that are said or shown in the film. Fubar, which, it's been made famous because of a little film called Tango and Cash.
Yes.
Fubar. It became part of the common parlance, Fubar, which means fouled up or fucked up beyond all recognition. And it came from the military. Let's see. Another thing that this film did, it used a technique that's called undercranking the film. And that was used for all the combat scenes are shot that way. And what you're doing, you're shooting at a lower frame rate, such as 6 to 12 frames per second, combined with a narrow 45-degree shutter angle to create a chaotic staccato and hyper-realistic effect on the film. It's in camera. It's all in camera. This technique reduces motion blur, making explosions and movement look crisp, jerky, and simulating old wartime newsreel footage is what they were going for. And Spielberg did it. And it fucking looked great in this film.
Yep.
Every time you see combat action scenes, they undercrank the film. And I think it's great. And it does. It just adds to the intensity of the scene. Okay. Anybody who served in the military knows what a stick is. But a lot of you probably don't know what a stick is. And
I
a
have
stick,
not served, but I know.
well, you learned because of a film called Black Hawk Down. Now,
Yep.
all a stick is a smaller group of jumpers from either a plane or a helo. If you are going out of it, like fast roping down, quick roping, if you're doing that, you are part of a stick. That group of men that's rappelling down or jumping out of a plane as a group is called a stick. And that gets mentioned in the film. Shoot and scoot is actually an artillery term, but it makes perfect sense the way they used it. And I probably would have used it too, because what you're doing is you're opening fire on a position and then immediately changing your position so they don't get a bead on you of where your location is. Because in artillery, they would shoot and scoot. They would set up artillery would fire, and then immediately move to a new location and do the same thing over and over again. By doing that, it confuses the enemy and they don't know where you're shooting from and they can't target you. And it's important to do it in combat. The only time you can't do it is when you get pinned down. And you don't ever want to have that happen, but
No, that's not a good place to be. No.
Okay. You also will see that one of the characters played by what is his name? Jeremy Davies. He plays Corporal Upham. But Corporal Upham is not a corporal. He's a technical corporal. That's where you see the two stripes and the letter T. Right,
yeah, I don't think
under
they
the
had
stripes.
specialists back then, did they? He would have been a specialist in today's military.
That's what techs became.
Yeah.
Because you had the Tech 2 and you had the Tech up to the Tech 4. And the Tech 4 would have been the equivalent of E4 or a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And that's kind of interesting that they show a lot of that in here. Almost every guy sitting in that group, when they meet him, to ask him to come with them to record information, and because he speaks French and German.
Yeah, it's the languages they needed him for. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he goes along with them, and you'll notice that other guys in that group have the tech rank. And what it means is you are technically a corporal without the authority. You can't go give orders to someone that's a rank below you, like a real corporal could,
Right.
or
because he was a
special
he was a journalist, I believe, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
That's why he has
And
the
he was-
typewriter.
What I thought was funny is when he grabbed his typewriter, he was like, "No, man, leave that here. You don't need that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just raises a pencil. You got this. You don't need the typewriter.
You got a pencil? Okay, you're good to go."
All right, another thing used in this film is a turn of phrase called Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
And what that means is you are the single most dependable person. You're Johnny on the spot. That means you're the most available, most dependable asset.
They used
Needed.
that with the ammo guy, right? The guy that had to run with the ammo. Yeah.
Yep, you're Johnny on the spot. That's again the kid.
Mhm.
And then you have debt cord, which they show, but you don't hear it called that, but that's what it is. And you got Bangalore mines. Now, Bangalore mines were specifically designed for this assault. They're also called Bangalore torpedoes, and you could stack them together and push them underneath barbed wire and concertina wire. And what it's designed for is to rip that fencing apart. That's all its job is.
It's to
And-
it's to create a breach that you can get through, right? That's what it's
Yeah.
for.
And
Yeah.
so the idea is to light that fuse and then shove it away from you, then get the fuck down, which is what they do in the film. You see them push it up underneath the barbed wire and light the fuse, push it, and then go, everybody down.
It's basically a long pipe bomb. Is
Fire
what it is.
in the
Yeah.
hole. It's exactly
Mhm.
what it is.
Yep.
And it's specifically designed to destroy fencing. So there you go. And that's some of the things that were important to know that were shown in this film or said in this film. That is where Ridley Scott becomes ignorant about one line in the script. What are we talking about, Gambit?
Gambit being Gambit.
Is Gambit being Gambit?
There are no commas in here, so I'm not sure what this.
Oh, I know
what
exactly what he's talking about. The subtitle
What's the
being
sub-
"Leave No Man Behind," and then the movie ends. with them
Oh,
leaving
that
no man
part.
behind.
Yeah. The subtitle of the film, which is Leave No Man Behind. And of course, what do they do at the end of the film? They left a man behind. And we only find out through text that he was eventually like, then why'd you fucking take that title out of that movie, asswipe? Let's see. I sent you a photo. It's from the plane, and it is Normandy. Dale used to partake in that annually, doing the jump, but he's reached an age where he says, "You know what? I'm not going to do that anymore." He's 80, man. Going to be 81.
Yeah, I think Julia would have his ass if he would still want to go.
She would never stop him. She would just
No?
be a voice in his ear, going, "No, I'm not going to make the joke I was going to make. I'd make it about me, but not." I guess another one that kind of should be brought up is in that third act battle. They're going up against Waffen SS. That's not. I just forgot regular army called the Wehrmacht. It is actually the SS. They were the branch of the Nazi party that fought during the war, the Waffen SS, and that's why that guy that kills the Jewish soldier is doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, that you know, my brother's a little bit squeamish about these movies, and I finally talked him into watching this, and that scene right there is the one that got him. He said, "You couldn't have warned me about that." I was like, "Dude, that's actually pretty tame compared to some of the shit in this movie." Yeah, that's. I couldn't imagine taking somebody's life like that. That's oof.
while he's telling him that this is easier for you, it'll be over soon.
Yeah, that's.
And by the way, I've got it here. If you want to read it for everybody, it is in the banners, and here you go. There you
Gib
go.
auf, du hast keine Chance. Lass es uns beenden. Es ist einfacher für dich. Viel einfacher. Du wirst sehen, es ist gleich vorbei. And they all speak real German. The people speaking German in this movie all really know how to speak German. And I love it.
Oh,
so
is this
fake gibberish German?
Yeah, that's Nathan Fillion, isn't it?
Yep.
That's another Private Ryan.
Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion.
Oh, that scene is just
Another James Ryan.
shit. Can you imagine? Oh,
Mhm.
man.
You've
Oof.
got a young Giovanni Ribisi in this, which he plays T, the medic. You've got actor Jeremy Davies playing Corporal Upham, technical corporal. You have Ted Danson
Yeah.
playing Captain Hamill.
Mhm.
You have Paul fucking Giamatti playing Sergeant Hill. He's the one who sits down and knocks that
Knocks
wall
down the wall. Yeah.
All those Germans hiding beneath it. Hidden in the middle of this is Dennis Farina as Lieutenant Colonel Anderson.
Yes.
Another one who will slip by you, the fucking redhead with the beard, is Corporal Henderson, played none other by Max Martini. And I've been trying to do an interview with that guy for a while. He's a student of Dale Dye's, and he's been in a lot of military movies. And all thanks to Dale Dye teaching him how to fucking handle himself. And I will tell you also, Max Martini is one of those guys who took the lessons he learned from Dale Dye and implemented it to his career. And you gotta like that shit. The movie, actually, for as long as it is, moves fairly quickly.
Yeah, it does. It
really doesn't feel that
almost
long. Yeah.
3 hours. Yeah.
It's because there's a lot of shit happening.
The pacing is great. No doubt.
Yep. Even though in reality, no fucking team would be sent out like this ever.
Yeah.
My question, if somebody wanted to send me out, I go, radio's down? You can't communicate with anybody? Well, they're spread out. They still have radios. What are you talking about? You still have a radio, right? Well, yeah. But it seems to be easier if we... No. Radio is faster. Which is, like I said, Fritz Nyland was found that way. Through either direct radio contact or word of mouth, where people that were in that squad unit team were communicating verbally and going, yeah, he's here. And they found him, send him back. Throw him in a Jeep and send him to the rear.
Immediately, if not sooner. Get it done.
I would definitely say avoid the hedgerows.
Yeah.
The hedgerows were some of the harshest fighting in Normandy. And my teacher, Mr. Waddell, or Mr. Waddle, as I used to call him, hated my guts. I loved him. I fucking loved that guy. I admired him. He was there. He was with the fucking Screaming Eagles, and he served in the hedgerows. Robert Blair, Patty Main, yeah, DSO with 3 bars. The father of all special forces, the bravest man not to win our Victoria Cross, which is weird. Please check him out. Join the campaign for his WC. Not sure what that is, James.
Pretty sure it's a typo, and he means VC, Victoria Cross.
Oh.
You don't want him to our toilet.
Oh, he's doing the German V.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Because W's are pronounced with the V in German. It's a joke.
Not always.
All I know is like WC means Wasserkloset in German.
Exactly.
Volkswagen VW. Vin Diesel, Barry Pepper. I love Barry Pepper, man. Once we were, yeah, absolutely.
Once we were soldiers, right? Not once we were
Yep.
warriors.
Yeah, once we were soldiers. Once we were soldiers, young. What was it? Young in the full line from the poem.
Love that movie, by the way. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, man. Well, he'd already been through it. Ah, again, but didn't know that. What movie did he go through combat training for the movie?
Probably Courage Under Fire.
Yes.
Courage Under Fire.
Another one of my favorite movies. I just showed that to the clients about a month
The only
ago.
person on that cast that refused it was Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
Matt Damon, though. God almighty.
He almost killed him.
He never needs to fucking lose that much weight again. He looks so sick.
No, it almost killed him.
Yeah. It was bad.
He went into ketosis and it did damage to his kidneys.
It's crazy. Bet he'll never do that again.
Yeah, New Jack City is a really good film. Yes, the Vasa Closet, Tim.
I always put New Jack City in the same realm as the Warriors. I think those two are in the same freaking universe.
I consider New Jack City to be a really good film, but it's not great, but it's really good. The film from that period that I thought was great was the one with Christopher Walken, where he becomes the head of the mob.
King of New York is what you're looking for.
King of New York. That fucking movie.
With a very thin Lawrence Fishburne. He was a thin guy. He was shortly removed from Apocalypse Now when that movie was made. So he hadn't really gained weight at the time. So.
Now, New Jack City, that had a very a younger Samuel L. Jackson as a crackhead in it, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Him and what's her fucking face that I can't stand, Will Smith's wife, ex-wife, whatever the fuck she is.
Jada
Pinkett Smith.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
Isn't she his high buddy, the woman that he bangs and gets high with?
Believe so. But I always thought, that the Warriors, it's an adventure movie, but it's an over the top gang type thing. And I always thought New Jack City was kind of in the same realm. It's almost like a urban fantasy type of thing. You know what I mean?
Now, Once We Were Soldiers was not trying to be a Vietnam version of Saving Private Ryan. It's done completely different. It was intentionally shot like a Western for a reason, because that's what the combat was like in that battle. It was like an open fucking situation where, and the movie opened with an important moment with the French getting smoked by the same commander.
Kill them all and they will stop coming. Yeah, that's an impressive opening scene to it. Yeah. Told you the mindset of the Vietnamese during that war. Yeah.
And I would say that Once We Were Soldiers didn't fail at anything.
No.
That movie's
awesome. Was great. I really did. Yeah.
No, it is a great film. It's an intense film for some people. I didn't find that movie as intense as Saving Private Ryan opening combat scene. No. But I know somebody, she thought it was just as bad.
That was
like,
rough.
Really? Because it was shot, there was no trick photography going on with the camera by undercranking it. It was shot straight forward. And it looks like General Custer, which is what it was supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah. That was his unit, right? And friggin' the one thing you see what's happening at home with the mother collapsing on the porch in this film. It's very short, but I liked how they showed what was going on at home during Vietnam in We Were Soldiers.
Showing the wives, all that shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Every single time a taxi pulled up.
Yeah.
In front of your house, man.
They were there to support each other, They were all family. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Stuff that really goes on. That wasn't over dramatized at all. I mean, they all
you see that guy on the right there? Hold on.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy on the right, his name is Ed Burns, right there on the right.
Mm.
Good-looking Irishman from Boston.
From Boston.
And he is actually an independent filmmaker who's made some very interesting movies. I think he is an actor, obviously should play a soldier or a cop because he's got the fucking look. He always looks like either a soldier or a cop. But he did he wrote the movie She's the One, romantic comedy. He did The Brothers McMullen, which I fucking love that movie, which I do believe he wrote and directed that film. And he is a very good independent filmmaker. And one of my favorite stories of where a father supported his son's dreams.
Yeah.
His dad helped him get funding for his films, if not funding sometimes himself out of pocket.
I just wanted the guy that is hard of hearing because of an accident.
What?
You've seen him so many times, man. Yeah.
What?
What's that kid's name? You know who I'm talking about. Last thing I remember watching him as, he was Beta in fucking The Walking Dead. He was the big guy that was a country singer and always wore the mask so nobody could see who he was and shit with the Whisperers. What is that kid's name? Damn it. I'm gonna have to look it up. But he was in Remember the Titans. He's been in a ton of movies, man. He's great. He's a huge dude too. He's bigger than you are, Gary. That guy is huge. He's like 6'4".
Yeah, that's an inch taller than me.
Yeah. Let me find that guy's name. Let's see.
Richard Castle on the series on Castle, which has such it's a good, very good show. It's sad that it ended the way it is, and from what I've heard, she became kind of a bitch.
They couldn't stand each other in the end. That's why they ended it so rushed, because they didn't want to work together anymore, and it screwed the whole show.
I forget where we're at. Okay. The Pipe B. Colin Pookie, New Jack City. Lawrence Fishburne was great in that movie. Chris Rock was Pookie, the crackhead in New Jack City.
Ryan Hurst is that kid's
like
name.
I said, in the other film, wait, no. So maybe it was the one with Chris Walken where he played the crackhead, Sam Jackson. I'll go look it up.
Well, let's go find out. King of New York is the name of the flick.
IMDb. Let's go back to about 1990. 1989, 1990, right in that area.
Wow, Walken was young. Actually, he was about middle-aged.
Well, if you're going to do that, you got to say wow like Christopher Walken. Wow.
Oh, wow.
He was young. Oh, that's old.
David Caruso is in that thing. Where my chicken, Black? Where my chicken? Lawrence Fishburne screwed him up. Boy, there's a who's who of gangster movies in this flick. Woo!
Juice. Juice is the film.
Okay.
That he played the crackhead in it.
Okay. I'm just looking at King of New York, man. Steve Buscemi's in King of New York. Freaking Paul Calderon. Giancarlo Esposito is in it. Wesley Snipes.
I know that name. What was Giancarlo in before?
Oh, dude, he's from oh God, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. He was
good actor. He's in Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
Yes, he's in that third season of The Mandalorian, I think. Yeah. But the big three in that movie are Christopher Walken, David Caruso, and Lawrence Fishburne. But Victor Argo's in it too, and I love that guy. He's a great character actor.
Oh my God, he's also in Menace to Society.
You going down the Samuel L. Jackson
Yeah,
rabbit hole?
I fucking love the guy. I really do.
I do too. I think he's
I
great.
thought he was a bit of a pussy when he complained about his scenes being cut from Clear and Present Danger or Patriot Games, and I'm like, you're fucking lucky you're in a movie with Harrison Ford. That will put so much more behind your fucking name now.
Hello.
And that's really when his career started trajectory straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Great. James Jameson. Oh, sorry. Haha.
Man, that scene when the medic gets shot and dies, that was rough. Gets 3 doses of morphine, so he passes out and goes.
He wouldn't do a comment. Died at peace. Hi, Stasis Geek. What's up? Good to see you. Sandra Hammerschlag is here. James, of course, James is here. John Whitaker is here too. Tupac was in the movie Juice as well. Wish he hadn't gotten shat. He wasn't a bad actor. I thought he was a good actor. And I do believe that he was killed by his frenemy.
The guy that I was talking about that's a tall actor, his name's Ryan Hurst. Finally found it.
Now, this is an important scene because he's trying to convince them not to kill him.
He's surrendering.
Yep. And
this is just wow. You knew something was going to come of this eventually. You knew it when it happened, right?
It's a good use of irony.
Yeah.
Spielberg actually recognized some irony and shot it. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that he did recognize it. He may have shot it unaware that it's ironic.
I'm pretty sure he was unaware.
I know Ridley wouldn't understand it.
But the thing is, I kind of believe that he just wants to quit and that he means it when he says, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But trying to get away, he just ran into the wrong people, his own. So he had to join them again and fight.
But he shoots 2 of their team on camera at the end.
He does.
And that is why he gets his just desserts.
Yeah.
All of you.
It's a growing up moment for Oppum too. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, too bad it cost Mellish his life.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
and that's when his version of Pinocchio became a real boy.
He's pretty useless up to that point, but then he finally gets angry.
Well, he's good when he's running shit, but then he runs into the Waffen SS and he gets scared shitless.
Yep.
And he's hiding, and then he's slowly going up those stairs and stops. He doesn't even have the courage to go all the way up. He can't do it. His body won't let him. His mind won't let his body move. And the SS soldier just walks right past him. And
Because
you know what he's saying? I only kill soldiers, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You're just a boy.
This guy's trying to save his life, right?
I love Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I love New York.
Chocolate.
I would have shot him just by the loss of dignity of his plight.
Isn't this where the captain gives up what he did before the war?
Well, yeah, this is because there's been a running, what do you call it? Bet. It's a bet. But it's called it's
a pool. It's a pool. Yeah.
What's the pool up to right now?
Yeah.
About $300, not quite 500 yet.
Yeah.
And that was a funny moment between him and the kid. He says, do you know what the pool's up to right now? He says, I think we should try to push the pool up as far as we can get it. Like maybe 1,000, Okay. Well, might not survive to 1,000. So let's make it 500. I like that scene.
They do have fun.
They're in a church. Yeah. Mm.
Like in the beginning when they are hugging the dirt wall and Tom Hanks' character asks, who's in charge here? The soldier next to him just says, you are.
Now, the irony of this movie is that its star would once again take the character that he played or the movie he was in and turn it into a mini series. He did it with Apollo 13, and he made the series From the Earth to the Moon, an amazing series about the Apollo program and how it came about. You know, it's just a wonderful fucking mini series. Great casting. And then he did the same thing, and he made Band of Brothers, based off of the book. So it's instead of a fictional story, it's a true story. Problem is that the author of the book was criticized by men that actually served in that unit, saying that he got a lot of it wrong. And also, like, two of the people said that the main character in that, forgot his name, Winters, in real life, Winters was kind of problematic because he didn't like certain people, and if he didn't like you, you didn't look good in the miniseries. And he also was kind of a shithead at times, because if they didn't change something in the miniseries, he told Tom Hanks to his face, "I will pull my support for this series if you change that." And yet they did change a lot of stuff within the series and got some of it completely wrong. But it's still a damn good show. Just a fucking good show.
Oh yeah, it's been hailed as one of the best things about World War II they've ever produced. Hollywood.
Well, one of the things that amuses me is when you get people who've never served a day in their life saying that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So glad you liked it. In Tupac music video, California Love, it was an homage to the classic 80s Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Well, the Nazis and the Japanese didn't like America too much when the kamikaze were attacking Pearl Harbor. Those weren't kamikaze at Pearl Harbor. But the kamikaze came about because they were losing so many men in combat that they decided to use pilots to take a lot of explosives on their planes and fly their planes into the ships.
Without the ability to jump from the plane before a plane goes into the ship.
Yep.
They have no
And it's so
seats.
fucking, I found it so funny, that skit by Cheech and Chong, you know, we, the honorable kamikazes, before we go on our final mission and drink the ceremonial sake juice,
Saki.
do any of you have any questions? Yes, you in the back. Yeah, are you fucking crazy?
By the way, Gambit takes us back through Three Amigos with this word, plethora.
A plethora.
Plethora.
Yeah, I say plethora, but somebody in a movie said plethora once, and I thought it was funny. Like, okay, way to over enunciate, but all right. Well, okay. I explained it earlier, Gambit. I explained exactly what they were going for. They were going for the old 16mm newsreel footage that has a very specific look, because a lot of those were hand cranked. And so they were going for that look. And by under cranking it to 6 to 12 frames a second, with the iris tilted at a 45-degree angle, which causes light to hit, even when it's closed, it's still hitting the frames. And it causes that, it's not a strobe effect, but it is a jittery, ultra realistic. The clarity is ridiculous. There's no blurring of movement. No matter how fast you're going, there's no blurring of movement. And it's fucking incredible. And I'm glad that he came up with that idea to try to use that to give it that look. But it was specifically meant to look like the World War II newsreels, footage from the battles. which they have said that there's no footage of the real footage of the Normandy landing, just those few seconds we have access to, which is a fucking lie. My dad served at Fort Sill, which is where all the film was kept. And Dad saw some of the other footage, and he explained to me there's a reason why they never released that footage, because nobody wants to see that. Nobody. Oh, it ended up at the bottom of the channel. Right. I was a chef at a BFMAC, and I did the Battle of the Bulge luncheon every year on its anniversary for all the remaining members until it stopped because there was no one left to go. That sucks, man.
There's very few of them left, man. My grandfather was one of them.
VFMAC, okay.
I mean, every year on Memorial Day, they try and get a few Americans together for some celebrations in Washington. I think the last time they did it last year, there was only like 12 in the entire country that were still alive. I mean, yeah, they're all in their hundreds now. It's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to comment on this. The style was inspired by Kubrick use of the camera during the assault scenes at the air base in Dr. Strangelove. But again, that inspiration came from the 1940s newsreels. So technically, both that film and Saving Private Ryan were inspired by the same things. But I'm certain, because of Spielberg's close relationship with Kubrick, that he may have very well put it in his ear to do it. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, great song. Actually, there's a lot of footage from guys that are kind of fucking wild when you find out who shot it. Frank Capra for D-Day, the Wake Island and the atolls combat footage was filmed by none other than John Ford, the famous Hollywood director.
Can you tell me what the word atoll means, Gary?
Means a line of islands, doesn't it? An atoll.
An atoll is the cap of a dormant volcano that is above the water, and a lot of them they actually, like the one I served on, they built an island around it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Yeah, I hear a lot of the guys that were stationed in like the atolls and stuff, there's a lot of homosexuality. So how was that?
Dude, it was MASH. We were drunk the entire year we were there.
Drunk. I don't know who I slept with.
Yeah, you're right. It's an island series. I stand corrected. It's an island
Yay!
series.
I win. What do I get?
I don't know. But I do know that the one I served on was the cap of a dormant volcano that they built an island around to put an airstrip on.
Well, you can see it if you look at the atolls up there. What is it called? The Aleutians?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At one time, the Bering Strait was a solid landmass going from Russia, Asia to the United States. And it is believed that that is how some of the Asiatic people ended up in the United States and how we got American Indians. That they're of
Eskimos too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Inuits. Yep. Inuits are very Asian looking. That's not by accident. And oh wait. What's this? Also, if you guys haven't done the movie Taps, it's on the list. It's on the list, buddy.
And he has to do it when I'm here because I was on a drill team in high school. Yeah.
We're either doing it for George C. Scott's birthday or we're doing it for Tom Cruise's. But it is on the list.
You got to do it on Monday when I can be here, buddy.
Of course.
Why We Fight is a very good World War II documentary. I mean, there's only so much they can say. You know, you don't want to show too much horror to Americans. You don't want them so horrified by it that they don't understand they have to maintain a war footing. This is something George W. Bush didn't fucking understand as a leader during our war. That telling people to go on about their daily lives, go shopping, go do all this stuff. No, you need to tell people to take on a war footing. This could take a fucking while now that you started this. Well, we didn't start it, they did. One has to applaud Capra for being daring with his approach that way. Yeah, I agree. John Ford film footage during Midway. That's the other one. Yeah. It was the first major battle that after Pearl Harbor. Like 4 months later, 5 months, it was like December of 41. And then I think was that April or May 42, or was it further into the year?
Not sure.
All I know is that one guy saved the fucking day by interpreting something and then giving false information back, responding and sending out false information. That one guy with that idea fucked the Japanese, and absolutely that was when they began losing the war right there. They had just had a decisive victory with Pearl Harbor by doing what they did. And by the way, I did like it when Trump said that to the Japanese prime minister. When the girl says, "Do you think that it was okay to not tell the prime minister about your planned assault?" He goes, "Well, it was a sneak attack. I mean, the Japanese of all people should understand the importance of secrecy on that." Said that in a briefing, and I lost my shit laughing.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, that guy has brass fucking balls. And she fucking loved him for it. She loved him for it. And she's the only prime minister to ever fucking reach for a fucking hug from him when she was leaving.
The president.
They like each other. They really do.
She liked him so much. That guy, he got balls. Hitchcock shot footage of the concentration camps. Yes, he did.
I'll tell you one of the neatest things about that World War II museum that they have down in New Orleans. First thing we went through was the Pacific Theater. They have a wall where they're showing
the Pacific or the specific theater.
The Pacific Theater, and they just put a mounted camera on the deck of a World War II aircraft carrier, and there's I want to say it's about a 5 to 6 minute loop of a battle going on, and it's just mounted. It's like you're standing on a World War II aircraft carrier, and what's wild about it is you look at it, and it's made out of wood. The friggin' deck these things were landing on was made out of wood. It was just
kind of mind blowing.
It's wild.
It's reinforced wood, but it is wood.
It's wood. I was like, wow, look at this, man. This is crazy.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are 3 famous American directors. Because Alfred Hitchcock's English, but there are 3 famous American directors that also shot footage of concentration camps. George Stevens, he shot footage of Dachau. John Ford shot footage of various camps. And Samuel Fuller shot the footage at Falknew. Or is it now? Is it Falknow or Falknew? It's an AU at the end. I don't.
That's Au in German.
Au. Okay, Falknow. This is one of my favorite scenes where he tells the story about his brothers the last time they were together.
That's funny. That's a Gary story right there. I could see you telling that story.
Oh, I have told more fucked up stories than that. That night, my childhood best friend and I banged the same woman at the same time. Ended very abruptly when I became sober in the middle of it, and I got up and I walked out of the room. He came out there all naked with his dick flopping as he sat down. He says, "Hey, why didn't you come back in? She wants to talk to you." I went, "No, I'm good. I'm good. You okay?" Man, I've known you since we were like 5th grade, man. If I ever see your dick pumping inside of a woman and out, it's going to be too much for my fragile mind. I can't fucking handle that, dude. And he just starts laughing. And I'm like, I ain't kidding. That was just too fucking surreal for me. I was like, I'm out. No, I don't want to even go back in there. I don't think I can even get a boner. Like, and he just laughs and he gets back up and goes and gets him something to drink. Because this is back when he was boozing bad.
But I could definitely see you telling that story, man. That this is the calm before the storm.
Yep.
They know what's coming, and they've done their best to prepare. But wow.
I also like the fact that he asks him about that story about the rose garden with his wife. He goes, "No, I saved that one just for me. It's my memory."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. Yeah, one of the most famous ones is in the Pacific, the Pacific, and it was a story written by Rod Serling himself about some of his thoughts on fighting in combat. Like, he didn't think they were going to let him in to be an airborne ranger because he's so fucking short. And so, but they did. He got to be a ranger, and he saw some fucking shit. That's all I'm going to tell you. That man saw a lot of fucking combat, and it
Being
scarred
short
him.
is a good thing when it's about working on a plane.
But what I love
small
about
part.
Rod Serling is he would write about it and turn it into a morality play, but not make it so obvious. He's not wagging his finger in your face, not telling you this is how you need to be and anybody else is wrong. The closest he came to the finger wagging was the neighborhood block episode where they think they're being invaded by aliens, and one member of the neighborhood has a fallout shelter. And it gets violent and ugly, and then you find out it was all a false alarm, and then everybody has to try to go back to normal after that shit. And you can't. I like this scene up in that bell tower, and I like the prayer that he says.
Yeah, but then he gets smoked by the time.
I like the hand signals he's given. That's badass, dude. That is so
well,
cool.
that's how they in country. There would be no fucking talking in the country, French countryside. They would be walking very cautiously because that is still German occupied France.
Hello.
I mean, one of the biggest fights we had after the initial invasion was the fucking hedgerows. And they showed that beautifully in Band of Brothers. And in fact, some of the stuff they used, the tactical movements that they used, those guys with the Screaming Eagles, man, they fucking did something to take out each one of those fucking cannons that nobody had done before. And it's still taught to this day as the best way to be on the ground and take out artillery placements.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Pearl Harbor, there's an episode of the Twilight Zone called Time Element where this main character dreams he's in the 1940s on the day. I remember that one, Fred. I remember that one. I love that series. I've got it set up for Anima and I to finally watch it.
What I love about this is the prep where he says, you ever read your field manual? We're going to make sticky bombs.
Kind of have a shortage of field manuals.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool.
Of course,
though.
the way you make a sticky bomb is you take your wool sock and you put high explosive in it and then take axle grease and coat it all around that sock, tie the sock off, and you throw it at the wheels of the treads on the German tanks because they had giant fucking wheels. They call them they're called not caisson. What is it called? The wheels on a tank. I forget what they're called.
Treads?
Caisson?
Tracks?
No, the
Tracks?
tread goes around them. No, the
okay.
tracks
I don't
go
know what those
around
are
them.
called.
The
Yeah.
actual wheels that are attached
I
to
don't
the
know.
axles is it called a caisson? I can't remember. I've forgotten. Where's the
They don't
11
throw them
needed?
though. They stick them on there. They go up
They're
to the tank. And
they're
stick them.
You're supposed to throw it.
You're supposed to be right below it, throw it onto the tire, and then get back down or fucking run. And the one guy walks up after having lit the fuse. and fucking detonates himself.
Yeah.
Because he waited too long. Or
Well,
lived
he
too
walked up to
early.
the fucking tank.
The others
no.
did that too. Same thing, but they didn't waste time. They had time to get back and take cover. I love their reaction too when he explains the sticky bombs, and they're like, "Great, now we give our socks too." Those boots must be so uncomfortable without socks.
Yeah, they definitely have chafe blisters
Yeah.
when they were done with this stuff. No doubt.
That's because morale was really low after the Germans began bombing and shooting rockets into the United Kingdom.
The Blitz.
Yeah. Some audiences, well, the Blitz is one, but it was a campaign that went on for a while. Some audience could shy away from the sheer brutality of it. Yeah, and that's why they didn't want to release some footage, and they've hidden a lot of footage from the public eye from D-Day. Nobody needs to see that shit. Watching, because you can see it even in the one footage. You see one guy fucking fall. He just falls forward, dead. I like the scene where he's like holding up his dog tag with the Jewish symbol Juda, Juda to the captured Germans.
Yeah. Like, fuck you. I'm still here.
If you haven't seen Night Will Fall, I have seen it. But yeah, I think it's available on YouTube. Fuck you, Amelia. Nobody gives a shit what you think about this movie.
She hasn't seen it. She was on the bed yesterday when we watched it. Are we paused for a reason?
Yeah, because I wanted to go look at something and talk about this. And Night Will Fall is available online. Copy link. Here we go. There you go. Oh no. God damn it. Hold on. It put in one of those really long addresses. Put in a different one. All right, this is better. There we go, guys. If you want to watch that documentary, it's available on YouTube.
Okay.
And again, I do believe they built that tank for the movie. Yeah, again, they used the T-34 Russian tank, the inner workings of it, and they built the Tiger tanks over. It's not the first time it's done, but I think this is done better than other films tried to do. Yeah, what really kind of sucks is, it began with the bombings over from Germany over the United Kingdom. And then it became the V-1 rockets, and there were fighters that were up there. Their job was to try to shoot those fucking things down before they hurt anybody. And then, of course, and the bombings were still being done. And eventually, the V-2 rockets were going to be used, but thank God that was towards the end of the war, and it didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen. But I will tell you that it led to a problem later with a little thing called UXB. Do you guys know what UXB stands for in the chat? I mean, in the
Nope.
panel?
Do not know. Sounds
Unexploded
familiar.
bombs.
Oh.
Unexploded
Oh,
bombs.
yeah.
And they are still finding them to this day.
They
yeah.
are still finding them all over Europe.
Yeah. Didn't I, Anima, didn't I read like in the last 6 months they had to evacuate a German town to take care of one of them?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was a 500-pound bomb.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, well, how much damage would 500 pounds of TNT do? Okay, I want you to stop and think about that question. A single stick of dynamite will destroy a house. And that's what? 8 to 16 ounces of TNT? What do you think 500 pounds of that shit might do?
I think it's partly because they were trying to rebuild as fast as they could, so they didn't really have time to look for bombs.
Yep.
They did take care of the obvious ones, but they wouldn't go digging for them or something.
Now, there was a television series called Danger UXB. And it was a show that started in 1979. And I'm trying to remember who the main creator was. These were guys that actually experienced it during war that created the show. And it went 13 total episodes, which is like, what, 2 seasons to the British? I don't know. No, it was 1 season. 13 episodes. And it deals specifically with the explosive experts in the British military that had to handle those situations and how dangerous you could get. Which was the irony of the trials to be held in The Hague.
Yeah,
Not to
right.
war crimes. What is this one? Very evident that the American GIs, that it's a small S, and their friends wanted to blow the Nazis. Yeah, you can't say it in the chat. The bots will get you. Blow the Yahtzees off the mat. Absolutely.
Well, duh. I mean,
Americans have wanted to fucking kill Nazis, like pretty much from the beginning. That's why, we weren't at war with them. So it was fucking game on by joining Canadian and British forces. You had a lot of Americans, Spitfire pilots, Americans. But the minute the U.S. entered the war, they left those units and went back to serve in the United States military.
the Canadians joined in 41 or 42, I think, pretty early on.
Really early. Because, well, they were part of the British Empire. And so they, of course, would jump right in there with Britain.
Yep.
You bet, Gambit. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, that death scene hits hard, man, when he fucking slowly puts
Yes.
that fucking bayonet blade into him,
Yeah.
whispering to him. And here he is at the bottom of the stairs with a weapon, and that guy's not even nervous. Just walks right by him. This is one of those guys that can look in somebody's eyes and read their fucking soul. And he knows he's being a coward.
Yep. A low point for Upham, no doubt.
Yeah, it reminds me of that comical video, which has kind of become a video meme of sorts, where these two Waffen SS officers are in the trenches, or in a bunker. And one person, he's, have you ever considered the fact that what we might be the bad guys? Why would you think that? He says, we have skulls with crossbones on our hats.
Hands. Are
Name
we
a
the
good.
baddies?
Are we the baddies?
Right.
That fucking made me laugh so hard. And that's, by the way, David, the guy that's on the show that Anima and I watch, British fake game show called Would I Lie to
Would
You?
I lie to you? Yeah, that's
Doesn't
funny.
he holler displace right before they shoot and scoot in that slide we saw a couple of seconds ago? Doesn't he holler displace? Something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
Do not stay in one position.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's-
shoot and scoot.
Yep. That's what they're doing a lot in this scene. They are moving until they run out of road, right? They got to defend the bridge. And they got to blow it if they have to. They don't want to, but they've got.
Well, yeah, there's only 2 bridges left.
Yep.
So blowing it is really the last.
It's a last resort. They got to be able to get their guys across it too.
I
so.
think my favorite moment. See, those things right there are what I'm talking about. The wheels go round and round. They're called road wheels. I've never heard that.
I'm seeing drive sprocket is what I'm seeing. Road wheels, I see that too. Idler wheels or turn wheels.
Yeah. On here, it said that the primary wheels on a tank are called road wheels, which support the vehicle's weight and guide the track along the thing. But I heard it called something else by my dad, and I just cannot find that information from that deep drawer.
Yep.
And I'm going to look up this word. It's driving me crazy. Where's 11 Alpha when I need him?
Right?
Yeah, he's skipping class today. He's usually here on Monday.
Yeah, it's not Kason. All right. Kason was the wheeled ammo crates that would be attached to a horse or a car. He sees what he's looking at before he died. No, the whole idea was to destroy the treads and cause it.
Yeah, weren't they trying to create a choke point? Yeah.
A choke point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
They weren't trying to destroy the tank. They were trying to immobilize it.
That's it. Yep.
And this is where he pulls out his sidearm 45, Colt 1911.
Love it.
He begins shooting at the tank. And Anima's like, what is that going to do to it? I said, wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it.
And then it explodes. And she's like, what? What did he? And then you see.
Well, then you see the plane.
P-51 tank buster.
A Spitfire? Is that what that
Yeah.
was?
No, it was
Mustang.
Mustang.
Yeah.
Okay.
P-51 Mustang. They were referred to as the first. It's the first A-10.
Yeah.
It's
What do you call them? Angels on our shoulders. Yeah.
Angels on our shoulders. That's similar to what we call the A-10 in the Army.
Oh, my favorite plane.
Infantry's best friend.
My favorite freaking plane. Slow as hell, but it will blow the shit out of anything. And it is the ground troops' favorite.
It makes a sound so specific that it causes many a veteran to get a hard on.
Woof.
It can
What?
fly without half a wing.
Bird.
Oh man. Oof. I mean, it's faster than Puff the Magic Dragon, dude. That's woof. That's amazing. That gun it's got on the front of it, and it's built like a tank. It's a flying tank, basically. It can take hits.
The pilot sits in a tub made of titanium.
Yep. So
to protect him
because
from
he's going to
ground
take
fire.
ground fire, no doubt about it.
So this scene, I'm pausing here for a moment because it's such an important scene, and it's the end of the film. This is where we go back to the big bookend scene, where we go back to the future, Marty. And but I love this line, earn it.
Earn this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's why he breaks down with his wife when you get Back to the Future. You know? Yeah. It'll get anybody.
That's right, Doc Brown. Back to the Future.
That's it. Back to the Future. Not to be confused with Back and to the Left. Back and to the Left.
And to the left. Most memorable line from Kevin Costner.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, this is the ending of this to get you. If it doesn't get you, you don't have a heart. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. They lost how many guys going to get this one dude? Right?
Oh, almost everyone.
Yeah.
I think only 3 survived.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
3 of them, and they left with like 7 guys. Yeah.
And
They
they
lose
did a
2 before they
really
even
good
get
job
to it.
here. Because this is one thing I do want to talk about is the casting of old man Ryan.
Right.
And I'm trying to find the guy's name because he's been in a lot of shit before he died. And it's Harrison's something Harrison. Let me find him. He is in a few other known films. And wow, he's like way down the fucking credits on IMDb. IMDb is garbage.
It is.
The only thing
But he
worse
only
than
has 2
IMDb
scenes in a
is
3-hour movie.
Google.
So.
Because Google gives you wrong photos and just leaves out some names altogether. And the actor who plays him, looks like fucking Matt Damon.
Old Matt Damon, yeah.
Harrison Young.
Harrison
Died-
Young, that's it.
Died back in 2005.
Yeah, he was in a couple of films that he's actually plays Harmony's dad in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's the abusive father anima that Val Kilmer goes and abuses in a nursing home. Tough guy, right? Tough guy. Well, if I was younger, you're not. He was the obsequious executive of the fake company in the movie The Game with Sean Penn and Michael Douglas. He was also Don Willis, one of the dads looking for his kid in House of 1,000 Corpses, a garbage fucking movie. Oh, it's a good movie. Fuck you. You're an idiot if you think that's good.
Some people like shit.
You wouldn't know a good film if it came up, kicked you on the balls, then tried to jerk you off. You go like, who are you? Man. He was in a few things, man. He'd been around for a while.
I'm gonna have to check out this Green Arrow fan film he was in.
Let's see. He was in Waxwork 2, Lost in Time, a halfway decent horror film. He's in the movie Gun Crazy with what's his name? Oh shit, I forget his fucking name. Christian Slater. Let's see. He was on ER for one episode. That doesn't count.
He was on the West Wing. He played a senator. Damn.
He was in Humanoids from the Deep, 1996. He plays a sergeant. He was in Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering.
No. Say it isn't so.
A gathering of children should be called a gaggle because they're so noisy. Let's see. He was on the show Boston Common. He was in a movie called Erotic Confessions for an episode. Like that.
Oh boy.
Like Red Diaries made even more cheaply. Let's see. Law and Order.
That's probably an HBO one.
He's in the film Champions. I don't know that film. Came out in 87. I don't know any of these. Don't know that one. Oh, the movie Click. I do know that one. Oh, the movie The Opposite of Sex. He's in that too. He plays the medical examiner. He's in the movie Primary Colors. That's the quasi biopic about Bill Clinton starring John Travolta. Then he was in this movie. He was in a single episode of Sliders, a single episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh my God. Yeah, he plays the homeless bum in Blast from the Past with, what is his name? Brendan Fraser. I like that movie. Christopher Walken is in it. Plays his dad, Brendan Fraser's dad. Let's see. He was in that terrible sci-fi film Reptilian that came out in 99. No, garbage. TV miniseries about the Beach Boys, An American Family. He played Buddy Wilson. He was in a single episode of The Norm Show, which you watched a little bit of with me, Anima. That's the one where Norm Macdonald is a hockey player, got busted for betting. And so to avoid going to prison, he has to work it off, and he becomes a social worker. And he gets Wiener Dog in the first episode, finds a Wiener Dog, just calls it Wiener Dog. And then the guy at the end of the episode, the original owner of the dog comes to the door, knocks on the door. He goes, "Hey man, I'm here to get my dog." He goes, "Your dog?" He goes, "You gave that dog up. I adopted it. It's my dog now. You don't understand, man. My woman, she's impossible to live with that dog missing. I got to get it back." He goes, "I'm not giving you but the dog back." He goes, "You can't just take my dog." He says, "Mister, I'm a social worker. I could take your children," and shuts the door in his face. And that caused such a stink with social workers. They were bitching about that line. It's like, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong. Can't do that. So let's see. He was in the TV series Trouble with the Normal, CSI Crime Investigation. He played Judge Cohen in 3 episodes. Some of these just shouldn't be mentioned.
No.
He was President Eisenhower in the TV series The Korean War.
I'm sitting here checking out a trailer for a show he was on called Star Force.
He plays Bruce Campbell's roommate and Bubba Hotep that dies in the daughter.
Get out of here. That's him? Wow.
That's him.
Bubba Hotep.
He's in that terrible movie, Ken Park. God, that movie's awful. It's one where you see that they use it as a meme where a kid has a pistol aimed at his head and he's smiling at Ginger, like curly gingery hair, holding a gun to his head. Because the character Ken Park in the movie is that kid, and he offs himself in a skate park. And the rest of the story is the effects of his death on all these different people. And I just watched it and I'm like, there's nobody likable in this movie. Nobody. Like, who is this for? Then he was in House of 1,000 Corpses. He Plays Don Willis in that one, like I said. He's in the Green Arrow fan film. He played Kyle Manor, isn't it? Manor? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He plays the piece of shit dad of Harmony that Val Kilmer goes and abuses in the nursing home. Not so tough now, are you? And then he died, 2005. And he still ends up in an episode of Cracking Up, The Pleasure Divers, and Sky Kids that were released all the way up to 2008. Now, there you go. But he looks so much like Matt Damon, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's very good casting.
The CGI morphing they did there at the end of it was really good.
Wait, what's this? World War II veterans described the combat scenes as the most realistic portrayal of their own experiences they had seen. Some said they had been unable to watch it due to the traumatic memories. Can't blame
you
them.
addressed that in the beginning, that they walked out of the theater.
Mm-hmm. Because David Hasselhoff's voice goes from deep to high with helium. Yeah, I've never seen the Green Arrow fan film. He's talking about Hasselhoff in that movie or in that show, Click.
Oh.
And that's pretty much it. Let me look at my notes, see if there's anything I forgot. Well, I have an asterisk note that says, remember to correct Gambit on a lot of his cut and paste. Okay. I didn't make that note. I did not make that note. It never happened.
You never haven't? Okay.
No, I didn't. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. So we have videos that are owed.
Mom. He was running from something, sir, and then he crashed.
Wrong one. With this one.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Do we owe any others?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Nori wasn't here today.
Where did he go?
Where did he come from?
Where did he come from? Alaska, obviously. The Antarctic. The Arctic. One of these. One of the caps.
This is a joke.
Arctic has polar bears. The Antarctic doesn't.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that.
Good to know that.
John Whitaker said, and if you believe his head went back and to the right, then you must believe there's a second spitter, and that's from Seinfeld.
Yes. Back into
the fucking exaggerated movement of Kramer's head in that.
Something else.
And again, they use that under crank look for him being hit by the spit. It's fucking funny. It's retarded. They didn't accept the fact that David Lean glorified their past experiences on film. Well, David Lean didn't. David Lean made a lot of veterans look bad with his movie Bridge on the River Kwai, which upset survivors, the actual POWs, from building the Chinese railroad. And those guys fucking walked out on that fucking movie. Said that's not how it was. The collaborators were the French.
You can make tweaks to stuff, but when you're totally inauthentic, yeah.
Well, the book, we know what Pierre did that. Pierre was writing for a French audience. And so he changed it in the book and made it an Englishman.
Yeah.
And but David Lean should have known better and change it to French. And instead he made a British officer who actually represents a real person look bad. And that's what made them so angry, because that man saved a lot of lives. all allies that were held prisoner there. But not a fan of that movie. Never going to do it on the show. If I do it on the show, I'm going to pan the shit out of its history. So.
It's got one of the best songs ever written on a soundtrack, though. That whistling thing was really good. Yeah. Yep. Pretty cool shit. That tune is pretty cool.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We're going to rouse Bettina.
I don't know what that means.
Did I say that correctly, Anima?
Yes,
I don't know.
My dad would say it like, we got to get out of here now.
We got to bail.
Because I might not
say
be saying
one word. Bail. Got to bail.
Rouse is out.
Yeah, Rouse.
Got to run.
But we would say, wir sind dann mal weg. That means we'll be gone.
Sounds like a TV dinner.
No.
Well, I hope
another
you guys
group
have a
of
good
people
day.
that were treated very badly in that war by the Japanese were the Koreans, not just the Chinese. And they were also walked and worked to death without food. It's fucking rough. All right, we are out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out, man. We had Gambit, Davey Dredd, Slasher Fred, Andy Morrow, Tim, James Jameson, Sandra Hammerschlag, Stasis Geek, and John Whitaker. It was so good to see you guys, man. Enjoyed hanging out with you for a little bit, talking about this movie. Movie that, again, put my boss's work up for an Oscar. So there you go.
I enjoy it. I mean,
did you guys hear that? I just whistled.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Did you guys hear me whistle?
Mm-hmm.
You did it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking drives me crazy when I notice it because I can't do it on purpose. Why? I don't know.
I don't understand.
If I try to emulate it, nothing.
No,
Nothing.
it's something that just happens, or not.
And it just sounds really weird because I sound like that fucking gopher in the Winnie the Pooh movie. And one of the funniest things in that book, by the way, I mean, in the movie, that cracks me up is when he says, just remember, I'm not in the book. And you're thinking phone book. And he's actually saying, my character is an original. I was not in the book. The little, gopher groundhog.
Yeah.
He is not in the book. That is an original character by Disney. Remember, I'm not in the book. So that said, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have a good day today.
You
Y'all
too.
take care now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.